You are recording.
You need the clacker.
Clacker whacker.
You are the official clacker whacker. Not the whacker clacker. Sorry, Mom.
Dear Lord. You know, the immaturity. It's a fascinating thing. Anyways.
I have very little maturity.
Yeah, I used to have this.
Can you measure it in negative units?
I have this theory about aviators.
Okay.
I referred to it when I was teaching at the university as Mr. Page's theory of inverse maturity.
Nerd, that's awesome.
The longer you spend as a professional aviator, the less mature you are.
Okay, well, you think about how much time you spend in the clouds.
Right,
space.
Maybe it's a radiation exposure thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the probably modern airliner altitude, cabin altitude's probably 6,000 to 8,000 feet.
Yeah.
You know, you look at the overall health of most airline pilots, it probably is affecting them.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Mentally, whatever.
Yeah, but this immaturity doesn't. I mean, you're not a professional aviator, so maybe it's the same for contractors.
Yeah. it's the clear coat. We spend a lot of time in there on clear coat days. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So welcome back to the Regular Dad. And as always, if we say this enough time, it will be as always. If you like what we're doing here, please like and share with your friends. And if you don't like what we're doing here,
like it anyways, or don't like it.
Yeah.
Make a
comment.
share
it with your friends.
Make lots of comments.
Lots of comments. And
All
tell us
the
why
comments.
you don't like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell us where we're wrong, what we should change.
We could be your little corner of the internet where you get to vent all of your angst.
Oh, absolutely. We love to read all of that.
Yes.
He said with a smile on his face. Oh, sorry, that was in the notes. No, it's my bad. So in the last episode, we hinted at this, and then we went off on the trail with the Coleman mini bikes, and so yeah, which I'm sorry about. But anyway, you mentioned you had a new call sign.
I did.
And it was tailpipe.
Yes.
Now, can you tell a version of this story that we don't have to censor? Or
unlike
that
some
mom can watch.
Unlike some call signs, this one. So, from my understanding, I'm not originally a military guy. Most call signs, even the cool ones, like I have a friend in the unit his name is Hacker.
Okay.
I'm like, cool call sign, F-15 driver named Hacker.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
that's friggin' cool.
Yeah.
Randall.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling it's not. Most of them are from like stupid crap that you've done.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. Maybe his isn't. I don't know.
Right.
So tailpipe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I fly. We've talked about this. I fly the little business jet.
Mm-hmm. Sporty.
It's very important with that airplane that you don't start the engines with a tailwind. You don't want wind up the tailpipe, right, of the engine, because it can cause the engine to overheat during the start. You want the wind either coming into the front of the engine, or you can like turn the airplane 90 degrees to the wind and use the fuselage to block one side, because we start the engines on battery.
Okay.
And it's a lot of juice coming out of that battery to spin that thing up. And if you have
if you're providing resistance
or just the airflow coming in, it causes an overheat, inside the engine. So it's bad. We don't do that.
Yeah.
There's a limitation. You can technically do it, but we just don't. We always try to turn the airplane into wind. So I'm flying the B-29.
We're going to cut this out for my wife. She's
the B-29 is a big airplane.
Yeah.
Right? It's got big radial engines. They're not the original R3350s, but they are 3,350 cubic inches per engine, 2,200 horsepower. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay? They have big exhaust pipes.
Yeah.
Right? I was thinking like a jet pilot. We're turned, so the wind is coming up. And I look at the flight engineer, who, I love you, John. Like John Shower. This guy's amazing. He's he's actually an employee of the unit, takes care of the airplanes, but he's also a flight engineer. A flight engineer is someone on old school airplanes that actually runs the engine, starts the engines,
Yeah, there's a
all the
whole
onboard.
set of things.
It's
That's
a whole
computer driven now.
It's all
Yeah,
So
but-
I tell people his station in the cockpit is where the magic happens.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But he's also the mechanic when the airplanes are on tour.
Okay.
So we're talking, and I say, John, is there any concern about the wind up the tailpipe being an issue?
When you say it back, you hear it, and you're like,
These are reciprocating engines, which means
Yeah.
they have pistons. They're not
Yeah.
turbines.
yeah. It's tantamount to being concerned about where you start your car on the ground.
Jets have tailpipes.
Yeah.
Right, R3350s on a B-29 do not
They
have
have
tailpipes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have exhaust system, right?
Loud.
So John turns around, and in his best Red Foreman impression,
We're going to need a picture of him on the screen in case anyone doesn't know who that is. Most sarcastic,
looks at me and
snarky guy.
goes, tailpipe? Tailpipe? And then he says, I'm going to call, I can't remember how he said it, but he's like, I think I should call like Randall and ask him whether you're qualified to fly this airplane.
Just relentless. You say something like that and you want to take it back, but it's out there now.
So it's out there now. So
Oh,
yeah, my call
gosh.
sign is tailpipe. And of course the story has already started to
Yeah, spread.
get more vibrant and colorful.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, to accentuate the stupidity of the statement that I made,
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Just, own it.
So he told me that I should be ready at ground school this year. So I have no idea what's going to happen.
You need to show up with a shirt that, like monogrammed or something. Something, yeah.
Yeah. So that's how that happened. So yeah, not
Page, tailpipe.
Speaking of, I owe your mom, I owe you an explanation.
Yeah.
Balls to the wall.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Mom,
I'll put a picture of this
but
up.
not really. No, what?
So I've looked up,
Okay.
it's a big word, etymology,
Okay.
which means
yeah.
the history of a phrase or
Yes.
a word, right? There is some argument on this, where it started, where the phrase came from originally.
I thought you were going to put a picture of balls to the wall. And,
Well, I am.
oh, sorry, Mom.
But it does not involve anything anatomical.
Oh, yeah.
So
Keep listening.
old
Mom.
school airplanes, not new airplanes, they don't really have this anymore. Old school airplanes had balls on the top of the throttle, the mixture, which you have multiple controls for an aviation engine.
Yep.
Propeller controls, right?
Yep.
Balls to the wall meant everything to the firewall.
Yeah.
And it started, so some people say it started in World War II, but almighty Wikipedia says it started in the 60s, especially during the Vietnam era.
Okay.
So who knows where it started, but it is not
Combat driven.
It is not anatomical.
Yes. We think of it that way.
We think of it that way because we have dirty minds, Mom.
Sorry, Mom. Just remember, to spend
Yeah,
a lot of time
if
with
you
Dad, and
if you think
that's the
about it,
problem.
it actually the anatomical position makes no sense in the
no,
context.
because you can't get anything done.
There
if you're doing
he
that.
was going balls to the wall.
Yeah,
That
you
makes
can't-
sense.
yeah.
If you think
Yeah.
about it as full throttle,
Yes, yeah, it makes
props
sense that
high,
way.
mixture rich,
But
balls to the wall.
but
Or in
actually-
the case of a turbine, balls to the wall.
But actually applying the anatomical position, you can't get crap done that way.
Doesn't make any
You get-
sense.
oh, I'm working
Which
really
is-
hard.
Which is really honest. Which is honestly,
Yeah.
I've always been confused by that statement, even though I originally thought it was a vulgar statement
Yes.
until I finally looked it up. So yeah, in fact, we were in a small group together.
Yes, we were.
Where we were like, this needs to be the way that we address our faith, and so we hashtag BTTW.
Absolutely, we did.
Yeah.
So that's
So
how-
that's the. I mean, you can choose to believe that or not. Shout out to Miss Jeanette and Mom. You can choose to believe it, but that's the etymology of that phrase. So that's where it comes
Absolutely.
from. It is not vulgar.
Absolutely.
My wife just texted me
Ooh.
regular dad topic ideas.
Ah. Come on,
These
Dr.
are-
Kim.
These are some good ones.
All right. Let's read them. What do we
What
got?
does an apology look like?
Oh, crap.
What is forgiveness?
Oh. I don't want to. Okay, yeah, these are good.
What is confidence, humility included? as a man without being arrogant or prideful. How to date your wife and kids. How does a man choose and give gifts to his family?
Okay. So y'all had a fight last night.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fair. It's fair. It's a fair
crap.
assumption. It's a fair assumption.
No, we like all those.
No,
So yeah,
those are good.
we'll need to, yeah.
All
so
right,
we'll
Dr.
save those.
Kim.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Especially we'll say that it was a work of the Almighty because
Yeah.
she sent it while we're actually.
Well, I posted on Facebook, and I was like, you have any ideas? Contact at theregulardad.com.
Oh, okay.
And she's just like,
Yeah.
boom.
Okay.
By the way, babe, you might not want to be on social media at work.
Well, she's checking on her patients,
Oh, yeah.
making sure I'm not doing anything stupid.
That's good. That's true. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, anyways.
So, we did things a little bit out of order. We're gonna do the social media
Yeah, sorry.
profile spotlight, but it kind of ties in to just anyway. We'll get to that. But so this week, and so it's kind of sad. And it's what I'm not trying to bring her, but Pop Watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he just passed away a few days ago, and that's if you can find him on TikTok at Popwatch Texas and on YouTube at Popwatch Texas, and then on Facebook it's just Popwatch. Look for the blue check because there's some fake sites out there. Anyway, but you'll know you're on the right one at Facebook because it's got like 3.5 million followers or something.
It's amazing. Somehow I didn't.
Yeah.
When you told me about him, I didn't put two and two together that he was here in East Texas.
What?
Until he just passed away. I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's in East Texas.
Yeah, and he is the most quintessential East Texas granddad. And I knew he was close by because I started recognizing him in the early videos.
Huh.
And I was just seeing this guy, and people were sharing this stuff, and I was like, this is awesome. And he wound up living not only in the same town, but in the same little community. We have Spring Hill is inside of Longview, and that's where he was from. He was actually on the school board, and I did not know that.
Are you serious?
In the early days, yeah, he was.
Not while you were on the school.
No.
All right.
No. Number of years ago, but he was on, and that was really cool. And his pop's son graduated from there, and then his grandson Jason, and Jason's a personal friend. He graduated from Spring Hill as well. Well, I'd start tying
Were
all
you
this stuff
contemporaries?
together. He's a little bit younger than me, much better looking, and also about 4 years younger than me.
Okay.
The overlap
That's
with
cool.
people, and of course it's Longview, so
Yeah.
anyway. But yeah, so anyway, I started catching on to these videos. They were in Tyler, and I was like, oh, here's this granddad. He must be in Tyler. Facebook, he had like 30,000 followers, and I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
30,000 followers. Who's this guy? And so we started watching, and the videos are just precious. Because it's just a grandson hanging out with his granddad, and he's, kind of ribbing him a little bit, and he'll fire back and say some crass phrase, or something, and it's just great. But the thing about it is, the amount of people that identified with them as, at least in part, as their grandfather. Some people were, it's like they would say, "This is like my grandfather made over." It's like,
Right.
And my granddad's been gone for so many years, and watching his videos, I feel like I'm seeing him, again. So many people were connected by this. Jason originally started this through, as my understanding goes, he originally started recording videos and just putting them on social media for family that lived away from the area.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just to stay connected. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was just, hey, this is this is how Pop's doing. And because he was in his early 80s when they started.
Right.
He passed away last week at the age of 90. But it's a cool story. Met his wife
So he wasn't married when he started this.
No, Pop met his wife, and that's Nan.
Okay.
So Pop and Nan, they were married for like 70 years.
Dude, that's amazing.
7 years.
That's amazing.
Met her. She's from Puerto Rico. I believe they met there. I think he was military involvement there, and I don't want to. I don't know what the history is. So I don't want to speculate there.
Yeah.
Sorry, Davey. I don't speculate all the time. He won't see this.
Our latest algorithm helper.
So,
Thanks, Davey.
yeah, appreciate it. So I don't want to speculate as to completely how they met, but I do believe it was there in Puerto Rico. But anyway, if you probably a lot of people have seen some of this stuff, maybe you didn't catch what it was. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, go watch.
I want to go back and get, because he's not on my YouTube. I tend to watch like cars and airplanes and stuff on my YouTube,
no,
Facebook.
Good stuff.
Loop.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
I confuse YouTube. They don't know what to do with me. Yeah. So
Yeah, mine goes from
watch a little of
airplanes to like
everything.
theology.
Yeah. It's like, what did this guy? So don't ask AI to build a model of you based on your
Right.
YouTube search history.
Yeah.
Not anything nasty. Sorry, Mom. But, you understand. So, but anyway, yeah, check that out because it is just great. It's just good enjoyment.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so our hearts go out to the Roy family, to Nan.
How old was Pop?
He was 90.
Okay.
Yeah. And to
Man, he was a
Billy
feisty
Roy.
90-year-old.
Yeah. Yes, he was. And of course to Jason, and Connor. Yeah. Jason, he knows that we do this, and he's hey, we should get together, do something. Not and I was like, yeah, we should. And I was getting ready. I had him on my to-do list of people to call.
Yeah.
And Pop started having
Issues.
some issues.
Yeah.
And we'll let the dust settle on some
Yeah.
of this. So
Yeah.
but anyway, but yeah. So y'all check that out. It's really just good stuff. So today's what I'm going to say is brief topic is living like your dog. Okay. Not your dog specifically.
Yeah, because
That
if
wouldn't
I
be
lived like my
inappropriate.
dog, I would be extremely hydrated.
Yeah. Well, he may
and
drink
arthritic.
a lot of water, but he pees
Telling you.
a freaking river.
So I have a
So-
Pyrenees Labrador mix.
Yeah.
Who has like the vet has a name for it, but he's like addicted to water.
Yeah.
Like there's some kind of issue. They think it's similar to like OCD.
Okay.
It's like a psychological issue, the vet
Right.
says. He doesn't need it. They've done all the testing. He's not like diabetic or anything. He just likes to drink a lot of water.
Hey.
A lot of water. His record is 10 minutes and 30 seconds straight.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't get him one of them.
It was
Stanleys.
It was during we were having a conversation. We had some friends over, and that dog was like, I had the timer going, and he's just sitting over there, like standing over there, just
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's getting after it.
yeah.
That's great. Yeah,
anyways.
Falcor. is
Falcor,
the-
yeah, big white Pyrenees
Yeah.
Labrador.
So. But yes, you would drink. You would be a very well hydrated arthritic soul.
Yeah,
God-
because
God love
he's a
him.
big dog. He's old and he's got arthritis. Yeah,
But I just think about like my little dogs, and they don't feel sorry for themselves.
Mm-mm.
They don't. But they live in absolute truth. You come home and they are thrilled to see you.
yeah.
If your dog is not excited to see you when you come home, you might need to check yourself.
It's true. I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but dogs,
What does that say about you?
Right, because your dogs were excited to see me.
Yeah.
Falcor's like, oh, you gotta get up. Oh, I'm coming, and he goes, hey man, how's it going? And so he checks in, and then Nola's jumping up, on the shoulder. No, you don't like that, but I
love it.
I'm fun uncle.
That's my issue with the
Right.
jumping is I love it, but I
Yeah.
know people don't.
Oh.
And so I don't tell her no, except for when people come over and she's like, what, Dad?
What, there's something going around on TikTok, and that people are swapping out the audio on it, but it was like, oh, I hope the dog doesn't bother you. I'm like, but I want the dog to bother me.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Please.
Yeah.
So
She's a Catahoula mix. They have a lot of energy.
yes,
So,
she does,
yeah.
which is an interesting dynamic between the two of them.
Yeah.
But my little dog, she saw me loading up the shirts in the truck this morning, loading up the other stuff. She knew I was leaving and wasn't going to be working from home this morning. And she gets real clingy. If she
Yeah.
sees the suitcases
Don't go,
come
Dad.
out.
Don't go, Dad. Don't
Oh,
go,
man.
Dad. Don't go.
Yeah.
Don't go. Don't go.
And so she was normally like, she'll follow me around the house, right? And she'll lay up on one of the mats in the bathroom or something. I'm brushing my teeth, getting ready, finishing
Yeah.
up. And she just kind of hangs out. But today she was pawing at me.
Yeah.
And just and wouldn't. I could pick her up, and I could brush my teeth. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting here talking to her. This isn't really convenient, and doing this. And she's just,
she's doing that thing. Yeah,
just,
I know. Dude, she's so awesome.
Yeah. Now Baxter is asleep in the chair somewhere because he's like, he'll be back. Just quit. Just okay. Just I'm gonna take a nap. But dogs approach life with just their excitement and they're joyful.
Mm-hmm. A day at a time.
Yeah. But they don't feel sorry for themselves. They'll feel lonely. But if you've ever and they're hard to watch, but like a dog that's hurt, they may recoil and be protective of themselves, but they don't go out and not do something because they're feeling sorry for themselves. Oh, well, my paw hurts, or I've got
It's like they'll try to do what they normally do, and you'll see the injury like stop them.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to come over and say hi,
right?
And it's like, ooh, ow!
But you'll
I'm
see
still coming,
videos of dogs that may have had a leg amputated, or there's all kinds of these videos where they've built these little scooters basically for the back end of dogs that either their hips have quit working, or maybe they were amputee or something or whatever. And those dogs, they're not phased. By the challenges or obstacles.
Yeah, Falcor's like he's 90 pounds and he's arthritic and his rear end will just go out sometimes.
Yeah.
We've got him on a little a drug. They've got a shot. He's got a shot he gets every month that helps. Like dull the pain.
Yeah.
So, but he's even before we started him on that shot, when the rear end would go out, he'd just get back up and keep playing.
But
so,
but I think about the interactions that we could have with others. If you step on your dog's foot or whatnot, but they're we get down. Oh no, I'm sorry. In case whatever your protocol.
It's almost
is.
like they assume they did something wrong when something like that happens.
Yeah. And then you love them back, and it's like instantly the relationship is restored. But you think about, do we do that when someone steps on our toes?
No.
All right. What if you forget to feed your dogs?
That's not our natural.
These people forgot to feed me. I'm
out. I'm out.
Yeah, we're not friends anymore.
Right.
Because
I'm gonna bite your leg.
Yeah. No. So they're not vindictive. They don't hold grudges.
Yeah.
Again, they'll remember dogs that have been mistreated or something. You get them from the shelter. Certain things can trigger them.
Like the water drinking thing with Falcor. Both of our dogs are adopted. They think it probably has something to do with that.
But outside of mistreatment and different things, dogs again have memory that will protect them, but they're not vindictive.
Right.
And so what a great and freeing way to live. You live in absolute truth, in real time forgiveness.
Yeah.
You love, and you don't. My dog.
What do you mean? So, what do you mean by absolute truth? Like you.
So my dog communicates that she misses me.
Yeah.
Or has missed me. She communicates that she's happy when I'm home. Both my dogs do. And they have their own.
She's not hiding her emotions. Is that what you mean?
Yeah,
like
she's
the
just
emotions
right there.
are just there.
And when she wants to, she'll take a little nap up here. We call it a belly nap.
Yeah.
My dog, for us, when we do her voice, she has a speech impediment, so it's a berry nap. She sleeps right here. So those are Sundays. I get done with my long day at church and get everything situated. When we get home, I'll kick back in the chair for a little while, and she'll sleep right here. So anyway, that's what she does. But she'll run and come jump up on me. Mm-hmm. She doesn't care. She doesn't ask if she can come run and jump up on me. If I'm sitting on the patio outside,
So absolute truth means Dad always wants my presence.
Yeah, I want to be with him, and he wants to be with me.
There's no yeah. Okay.
So there's no, does he love me? No, she's in full expectation. No.
Yeah.
This
is never in question.
Yes, this is my dad, my beloved, and she lives that way. She knows that she is loved in our household, and she, and Baxter does too. But he's a little bit older, and he just kind of chills. He has his thing.
That dog's a lover though. I love Baxter.
And so
he's awesome.
And his deal is, I don't have to know you, but I love everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, and then he doesn't come up and necessarily roll all over you, but he'll come up and geez, Jimmy, sorry. He'll come up and he'll just like lay on you, lay across you, and you pet him. Now, if you quit, he'll kind of, he'll start rolling into you, nudge you, like, hey, man, that hand ain't doing nothing. Hey, get down here. So, but there's just so many lessons that we can learn from them. The joy of, now, I know it's hot, but my dogs will be in the air conditioning. They'll go out and just enjoy the sun, lay in it for about 5 minutes, and it's like, okay, it's hot now, but let's go back inside.
Yeah.
But they'll, they roll around, they play with their toys, they get excited when it's dinner time and we start making it. They'll throw toys in the air and they just have a blast. Yeah. But, I mean, outside of our maturity and our, social requirements that we live in, where we don't go, hey, man, I'm really excited about this dinner that we're fixing to eat or whatnot, because you don't, it's like, oh, I'm glad we're together and we're doing this and we have a good time and we smile. But, there are times, there's a couple of restaurants we go to, and when it's time to go, I mean, it's exciting because it's a good time. It's a rare treat, it's a good thing. Now, I understand that we can't throw toys in the air and bark and, run around and get the zoomies. But
unabashed joy.
Yeah. Right.
If you think about it, so you said they live in absolute truth.
Yep.
Which is like the confidence that no matter what, they're loved.
Mm-hmm.
Like and I think, like you said, there are dogs out there who, are in situations where that gets broken. And it's really, I think that's so tragic and sad for us because we understand that dogs naturally just assume everybody loves me.
There you
go. But then the whole unabashed joy thing, or the zoomies, where they're running around just loving. Full tilt, like, it's childlike.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if we lose that as we get older because it's socially, I don't know, man, like, you think about yourself when you're out on your boat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Inside, when you're like full throttle,
and
like the lake is smooth, and the wind in your face, inside, you're the kid going, yeah!
Yeah.
Outside, that's not socially acceptable.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I don't think that's a good thing.
No, and I'll tell on myself a little bit. The boat is like that, but I'm not alone on the boat. You can park it and then get it in the water, tie it off to the dock, and come put the. So I like to go with people and enjoy that. So I usually have people with me now. I do have a motorcycle, and I was riding up. This would have been spring. My kid was playing a tennis game just north of town. I'm like, hey, get done with work early. I'm gonna ride the bike up there, and go watch him play. So I did, but I'm out heading north on the highway. Boy, I'm just getting wind in the face, and I got the radio on. It's cranking, and I was like, yeah. And I just yelling. So I was like, this is so awesome.
It's therapeutic,
I've been waiting
man.
to get out, and everything. And finally, and there's no one around. So I do that. But
I may or may not have done that a few times in the Stearman.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Before you pulled the hood.
Right. Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah.
But no, that's it. So that's our encouragement. Live like your dog. As much as possible. And check out Pop Watch. On all your standard social media.
Give them some
profiles.
support. So especially right now, that family probably is feeling it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for taking time to watch us today, and we'll see you here next time.